I want to say your junior and your senior year at SC. So how did that play out? And what was that part like after coming off of that, disappointing sophomore year?
Yeah, so junior year, we came back with a little more rejuvenation, a little couple different players, freshmen that came in and started for us that played really well. And I was just overflowing with rejuvenated energy, things that I wanted to share with my teammates. And it was a process, right? Because I had to learn that context is important. And I had to learn and go through those growing pains of this isn't the national team and they're not, but you're also not playing against Mazursky or the Russian bloc, So there's different things that it's just different. And you can't have these same expectations and it's a whole different experience. So I had to learn that and it took a little while. So coming into my junior year, that was after my first year with the national team. So junior year, we do pretty well. I think we're competing. We get to MPSF playoffs. I think we might have lost in the semifinals, but we had a good year. Mm-hmm. We had a successful year. And then I go back to the national team and we're playing World League. And this is Taylor Sanders' first year now with the national team. And Taylor's balling out. So it's me and Taylor, young kids, Matt Anderson on the left. This is when Reed Pretty had torn his ACL. So Taylor jumps in and Sean Rooney and Taylor are playing on the left, or Matt's on the right and Taylor and Sean are on the left. And we end up winning World League as a 20-year-old and a 21-year-old, and Taylor wins MVP. Taylor just has a gnarly World League finals. Our team wins $1 million. And this, mind you, is not the Operation Gold tournament where collegiate players on the national team can take any money. So there goes about $60,000 to $65,000 out of my pocket, not out of my pocket, but that I can't accept. Uh-huh. So that was a huge bummer. And then, so we have almost instant success with the national team. We go to the World Championships. This tournament is when I can take some money because it's, deemed by the USOPC, all of these things. This tournament is specified where Operation Gold, you can take some of the prize money. We end up doing pretty well coming back from this like crazy deficit in pool play. We have an opportunity in our last match to make it to the final six, which is kind of medal round type of volleyball. We end up losing in 5. Don't make it to the medal round. We leave the money round, let's say, the money round. Because top 6 get some prize money.
Got it.
We got 7.
Got it.
And so I was just heartbroken. Obviously, volleyball losing, worst part ever. And then you come back to SC and you're like, dude, could have had a little bit of extra cash in the pocket, So that was a hilarious 0 for 2 in the tournament opportunities that I had to get some money for college.
Got it.
That was kind of a rinse and repeat in terms of coming back, having a ton of success, also with the national team, trying to, with another year under my belt in college, having the experience coming back from junior year, coming back from the national team. So now senior year, I have a little more awareness of the situation, of myself, a little more self-awareness, and also just awareness of the situation in the context that we talked about of this is what the situation is, and it's not the other one. And this is Tui's year as well. So this is when Tui comes in and has a super successful year. Him and Lucas Yoder were our 2 outsides that played super well. And we make a push for the end of the year. Throughout the whole year, we end up almost making kind of the final 4, or could have been the final 6, and just barely missing it. But overall, good season. And so, gosh, that whole national team experience was a roller coaster. It was super unique, being that I was starting in the national team. It wasn't like I was just in the gym. I was starting on the national team for that since I was 19, and coming back to college and playing college, and then going back to the national team and doing that for a handful of years. was such a unique experience. I don't know how many guys were able to do that, but I consider myself so fortunate to be able to have that experience and perspective on volleyball and, you know, even college volleyball. But after that, it was, you're a pro now.
Yes.
And I had definitely done my due diligence in talking to all of these veterans, these consummate pros at how does professional volleyball work, what to expect, what to not expect.
Got it.
And so that helped me a lot with my first year, but boy, when you get thrown into those waters, you can't, none of that research does you much good.
Yeah, until you're knee deep in everything that's going on. And so, I mean, you know, it's good to hear the story of how you grew at SC. And like you said, super fortunate to have this kind of unique experience, right?